So this is an Elddis Affinity 482. I was going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your hitch, your jockey wheel and your handbrake and your ATC. This is something we'll go through in person here on site. In the front of the van, you've got your gas regulator and your 2 gas bottle tie downs. Again, we can supply the gas pipe work for this at a charge of £15. On the side of the van, you've got the Elddis heating flue and the wind down legs on either side of the front, which again will demonstrate the wind down legs when you're here on site in person. You've got your water pump connection, and as you can see I've got the water pump in my hand. You push the water pump into the side of the caravan and lock it into place, and then you've got your pump hand here which will drop into your aqua roller itself. The cover slides down just to cover it up when the van's in storage or when you're travelling. On the side of the caravan, you have your 110 amp leisure battery and your mains power lead coming into the side of the van, which connects to the power on site. Behind that, you've got your motor mover and your wheel. The wheel nuts will talk while you're here on site, and the motor mover will demonstrate before you leave site today. On the side of the van, you've also got your fridge vents. Don't block or cover these at any point because it's actually for the heating system itself. For the fridge system itself. So as I said, on the side of the van you have got your grey waste pipes which come out the side of the van, and they go into your waste master itself. Also on this side of the van you have your toilet fill for the flush system, so it takes 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid. Below that you have your toilet cassette, which you remove by pulling the handle and pulling the cassette towards you. You've got the orange pressure relief on the back, and you've got your turnout handle on there, turnout neck here, which you can empty. Turnout neck here where you can empty the waste out of the cassette itself. You will need to put 1 litre of water in here before use and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the back of the van you have your wind down leg on either side. To stabilise the van, we do advise that you put all 4 of these down before you enter the caravan. At the front of the van, on the door side, you've got your storage locker for getting underneath the bunks, to get into the storage underneath the front bunks. Your wind down leg and your barbecue gas point on the outside also. Going inside the van, just going to shut the door over. So inside of the van, as you come in, you've got your main switches for the caravan. You've got your main power on and off, your water pump run, your voltmeter for the battery on board the van, and the button here is a button that is there for other versions of this caravan, and it doesn't do anything on this particular van. Above that, you've got the Elddis main control panel, which I'll come to in a moment. That's for your heating and hot water. So to fill the water system on board this caravan, underneath the seat on the far side of the van, as you come in the door, you will find in the front corner your hot water tank itself. Now the yellow valve you see in front of it that is currently parallel with the floor is actually the fill and drain valve. So when it's in the position it's in now, you can fill the water system, and when you lift that valve upright so it's pointing upwards, it's actually the drain for the water system, so that will drain all of it down, which we advise you do for winter storage. Also underneath here you've got your consumer unit for the van with your master trip switches and your 12 volt fuses, and you'll see along the bottom there is a code for what each one is. So as I said, to fill the water system, you'll make sure the drain down valve is parallel with the floor, and before you fill the water system you'll open all the taps up on the van, so every distinct tap on each sink. You'll open it up on the hot side. The sink in the kitchen, or the sink in the bathroom, sorry, it'll open up as well, and the sink on the shower in the the tap on the shower in the bathroom. I'll come to the toilet system and the radiator system in the bathroom in a moment. But once you've got all those taps open, what you can do is you can come to the control panel again by the door, hit the water pump switch, and with the water pump connected on the outside, the water will start pumping through the water system. Once the water pressure is high enough, it will come out all the taps continuously, and when that water is coming out of the taps continuously, you can turn each tap off. So that's the one on the sink in the bathroom, and the shower tap as well. And once the water system's full, you can come to the control panel for all the heating and hot water. As you can see, it's on at the moment. You've got an on-off switch on the bottom left-hand side here. Currently, it's letting me know that the heating system is pumping the water around the van. The heating, or the current temperature of the van inside, is 17.5, and you've also got your mains power coming into the van. Hit the menu button here, and it will take you into the options. So you've got your room temperature up or down, depending on where you want the temperature to be. Below that, you've got your water temperature, so you've got water on, so that's just heating up the water. And then if you want to boost it for when you're showering, you'll need to hit this button again. So as you can see, off, there's no black in the bar. Next one up is water on, and then water boost when you press it again. Below that, you've got your option to run your the option to how much power you've got coming into the caravan. Now here on site, we're running 1 kilowatt of power coming into each caravan. So we'd set it to 1. On a caravan site, for instance, you may have 2 to 3 kilowatts of power coming in. So you can select that, as you can see just here. If you wish to run the heating and hot water on gas, you can do that by hitting the gas symbol in the bottom left-hand corner. And that will self-ignite on gas. And if it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen. If it ever does this, what we advise you do is go over to the hob, ignite the hob in the corner there, and get the gas through to that point, because that is the last point on the gas system in the caravan. So that's your heating and hot water. If you ever want to turn it off, hit the button in the bottom left-hand corner, just down here, and that'll turn the heating back off. I'm going to go over to the fridge next. With the fridge system, very simple to use. You've got power on. As you can see here, you've got the option to run the fridge on mains 240 volts. Here, you've got the option to run the fridge on gas, so if it failed to ignite on gas, it'd actually flash the blue light here and the red warning light on the other end. And again, if it ever did that, we'd advise you go to the hob, ignite the hob to get the gas through to that point on the system with your gas bottle turned on. And if you're towing down the road, you can use 12 volts. So at the moment, as you can see, it's telling me there is no 12 volt connection from the car at the front there. So you'd need to make sure it's connected before turning on the 12 volt option, so the fridge could work as a cool box while you're travelling down the road. I'm going to put it back onto mains now. On the button on the right hand side, when you're on gas or mains, you can control the temperature of the fridge just there. With the cooker, very self-explanatory, works the same as your household cooker, an igniter on the front and light, so you can turn on the light in the cooker itself, as you can see, on and off. And then your igniter on the button next to it. Your gas valves along the front, again, work very much the same as your gas valves at home on the cooker. At the bottom, in the cupboard to the left hand side, underneath the cooker itself then, just here, you have the actual gas valves for the caravan itself. So if for any reason you had a problem with the gas system, you thought it may be the cooker, you can go underneath the cooker and turn off each appliance that works on gas individually. The microwave that's behind me is an eco microwave, and we do advise while you're travelling down the road to remove the microwave plate from inside, just so it doesn't bounce around and potentially push the door open and damage the caravan internally. The eco button here, as it looks at the moment, the microwave looks like it's turned off, but if you hit the eco button just here, it'll actually wake the microwave back up. The rest of the operation, very similar to a household microwave. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system itself. So you've got an electric flush on top here, so you can flush the toilet system. You've got a full indicator light for the waste system underneath the van, and this little light here will turn red if the toilet cassette was full. Also down the bottom here, you've got a grey waste handle, so you can empty, so the waste will actually go down through the toilet cassette and into the waste cassette under the van. If you have any further questions on this particular caravan, please do give me a call here at the Caravan Company, and I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.